tomorrow also. Okay. During your lunch time, during your dinner, just listen, that's all, because after the live session, during the live session it is clear, and after the live session I think it becomes um, bit blurry. So if you would join me during live session, it is more uh, beneficial. I know you people would have revised it, but you can once again listen to me. Okay, so that I'll be showing you the book which I have, which has a lot of drawing too. So with the pictures there, your memory will become stronger, and my voice when you listen, maybe that will help you. Okay, so um, all the best for your exams and revision. Uh, for the unit 9. Now we are going to do it. Join if you are with me. Okay. So about personality, we all know the meanings is in the Latin word persona, meaning a mask. These masks were used by Roman actors. That time, personality was just look of the person as seen by others. Okay, and then in sports also, no two athletes behave in a similar manner. They may behave differently in a common situation. Thus, personality can be defined as the characteristics set set of behaviors and environmental factor. Okay, therefore we can say personality as the relatively stable and unique characteristics of an individual across different situations. So remember, personality as the relatively stable and unique characteristics of an individual across different situations. However, personality consists of habits, traits, attitude, idea of an individual. Generally, personality is the sum of those characteristics that makes a person unique. More importance, like we will see some of the definitions. According to Alport, personality is the dynamic organization within the individual of those psychophysical systems that determine his unique adjustment to the environment. So it's a dynamic organization within the individual of those psychophysical systems that determine his unique adjustment to the environment. So you can read one definition and keep it whenever you write about personality. Alport's it's quite easy, so you can write that definition. The dimensions of personalities. Uh, I think developed a very influential model of personality for explaining its dimensions. He described it on the basis of the results of factors analysis of responses on personality questionnaires. So, like there are so many theories, and on the personality, there are many theorists who have written about as per their questionnaires and as per their analysis, they have their own theories. And here, a sense I sense he identified three dimensions of personality, that is extroversion, and then what is extraversion is classified as ascent, classified extrovert as sociable and active people who enjoy meeting people. They are very fond of attending social gatherings. Extraversion is associated with leadership behavior. They are more likely to assert themselves in groups. Extroverts are less likely to experience anxiety over negative feedback. So they are not that anxiety, because if anybody negatively says about us, we become anxious, right? So they are less. They are very less towards their anxiety level is less towards the negative feedback. They adjust quickly to the situation. Those high in extraversion are often described as having a very positive outlook on life, as well as being friendly, energetic, highly adaptable. All of these tendencies can serve a person well, particularly in certain social situations. So, so you can say me as an extrovert, right? I speak a lot with everyone and I adjust to the society. So, who are the neurotism? The second one is neurotism, and let's go for it. Okay. Async described neurotism as reflecting differences in the intensity of emotional experiences. These people are sensitive in nature, they have trait of anxiety and negative emotionality. Generally, it is expected that individuals high in neuroticism might be more likely to use drugs in order to reduce or would avoid negative emotional states. So, most of the neuroticism people are attracted towards drugs. So, because they keep everything within themselves. Then psychotism is the third dimension, is less well defined than extraversion and neuroticism. The individual high on psychotism are tough minded, they always try to take risk. Sometimes they may engage in antisocial behavior. Personality traits related to psychosis leads to characteristics of aggression, aloofness, antisocial behavior, and impulsive actions. So even in your classroom, you can see people different of with a unique personalities. Psychotism children mostly people who are aggressive and who do antisocial behavior, like you would have seen recently people breaking the school's property and all that. But mostly students, those who come to school, are different. They need not be that much categorized into these things. So let's see dimensions of personality: extraversion, neuroticism, psychotism. Okay. So the traits. Now let us go for the traits theory. Okay, as I said, the previous one was a snakes, and now we are going to see traits of traits theory. Uh, Traits refers to the ways in which we generally describe the characteristics of an individual as part of his personality. Examples of personality traits are extroverts, introverts, sincere, honest, loyal, truthful, impulsive, quiet, conservative, hesitant, dominant, and apprehensive. In psychology, trade approach is one of the most vital areas of study that helps to identify the personality of an individual. So these are traits. So earlier one was accents, okay, agents, and now we are going through the traits theory. It has two main assumptions. Every individual has some unique characteristics or traits which are stable and consistent under different conditions. Every individual is different due to his unique characteristics of or traits. Traits are inherited. Okay. Therefore, traits can be defined as stable, unique characteristics that causes a person to respond to a given situation in a certain way. Trait theories indicate the personality of an individual. Indicates the personality of an individual consists of traits which are always constant regardless of the situation. An individual as a whole does not have just a single trait, but a variety of traits from forms the personality of an individual. These personality traits are unique and differ from one individual to another. Assessment of traits can be based on following three factors, personality factors. When we take up frequency, intensity, and then variety of situation. See, for example, me, if I come across some sudden situation, I may become even silent. So it depends, but extroverts will be all the time expressing themselves. So they remain mostly constantly uh, same during every situation, but they may be calm, but during other situation they may even shout out. So it differs as per situation. We may use the other trait also. So frequency here means it is always repetition of similar behavior over a period of time. Frequency means that is similar behavior over a period of time. Then intensity, it is reflecting of the behavior at an extreme level. And then variety of situation, it is repetition of similar behavior over different situations. Okay, so there are 8 preferences. Okay, so can you see? Extraversion, introversion. Okay, people who prefer extraversion tend to focus their attention on the outer world of people and things. And then people who are introverts are tend to focus their attention on the inner world of ideas and impressions. The second one is sensing. People who prefer sensing tend to take in information through the 5 senses. This intuitive prefer intuition, tend to take in information from pattern and the big picture and focus on future possibilities. So intuitions are people who take in information from pattern and big pictures and focus on future possibilities. So the first letter is E for extraversion and I for introversion, S for sensing and N for intuition. Okay, N for intuition. People who prefer thinking tend to make decisions based primarily on logic, on objective analysis of cause and effect. So it is thinking. They are logical, and analysis of cause and effect takes place. And people who are feeling tend to make decision based on primarily on values and on subjective evaluation of a person centered concern. So feeling are the decision based primarily on values and on subjective evaluation of a person centered concern. Okay, then what is for thinking, it starts with T, and for feeling it starts with F. And judging, people who prefer judging tend to like a planning and organized approach to life and prefer to have things settled. And perceiving, people who prefer perceiving tend to like a flexible and spontaneous approach to life and prefer to keep their options open. So this is perceiving. So there are number of questions being given, and then as per the so many datas we have, like people are judged. For example, extroverts keep talking a lot, and then introverts stay silent. So some multi questions are being asked, and then your that final result gives your personality. You may be ENFJ, or maybe you may be extrovert and intuitive, then maybe feeling, and then judging. So mine mostly came when so many questions were attended, and my results were I was extrovert, then I was intuitive, EN, and then I was thinking, so ENT, and perceiving. So ENTP was mine. Okay, so that was my personality. I feel so because we were being judged, given questions. We all were psychologists, like who were pursuing uh, MSc psychology. We had practicals, and I came under uh, EN. I think EN or ES, maybe sensing. I don't know, I'm not sure. EN was there for me. ENTP came for me. Okay, I was an extrovert, and then intuition, and then thinking and perceiving. So I had all advantages. So next one is Junk's classification of personality type. So Carl Junk is another great psychiatrist. He's a Swiss psychiatrist, and he developed a theory of psychology. Okay, and he presented the theory of personality by classifying personality at various behavioral patterns. So, characterized personality type as discussed here: extroverted and hyper introverted. The first and the primary uh, criterions: extroversion and introversion represents the source and course of an individual's energy expression, and extroverts source and um, course is primarily practiced in the exterior environment. However, an introvert has energy, um, but he stays in his own world. Okay, so as we this is about Carl um, Jung's, okay, theory. We read it just before. Okay, sensing, intuition, and all that. So uh, you can just make it short and sweet. That is given here. This is Carl Jung's theory. This in sensing and intuitive, either you will be sensing or intuitive. So this signifies the technique by which an individual perceives information. Sensing is a way in which an individual believes and understands the information he or she obtains directly from outside sources. So this is about sensing and intuitions. Thinking and feeling, this signifies how an individual processes information. Thinking is taking a step in which an individual makes a decision chiefly through judgment. So people just judge. Somebody does something and they just come into judgment. Most of the teachers come into this judgment. So where rarely people come into feeling. Feeling is making actually teachers should uh, convert themselves into feeling there to judge a child. To like, feeling is important. I feel so. If you are a teacher, more than a judgment, I mean, okay. Let's talk about thinking and feeling. Teachers should be more on thinking and feeling equally, yeah, right. So my own ideas I'm not supposed to give here. So here, thinking and feeling, this signifies how an individual processes information. Okay, thinking is how they process the information. Thinking in is taking a step in which an individual makes a decision chiefly through judgment and logic. Feeling is making a decision based on feelings and emotions. Judging and perceiving, it portrays an individual's information. Uh, so I was saying you people about um, thinking and feeling. Then it's about how you think logically. Then feeling is uh, how you go for a feel. So I'll come back again. I had to go out for some reason. I'm back here. So this is Carl Jung's theory, and it's about judging than perceiving. It portrays an individual's information in implementation way. Okay, an individual's information in an implementation way. It is a manner in which a person categorizes and arranges the event of a life and follows the plans defined by him. Perceiving means that the individual is prone to improvise and identify alternative choices. So this is about Carl Jung's theory. When you are asked to write about Carl Jung's theory, you will have to write these four things: extrovert, introversion, sensing, intuitions, thinking, feeling, judging, and perceiving. Now, another theory is Big Five theory of personality. Okay, the five theories of personalities, you can just see these pictures here. New openness, then conscientiousness, extraversion, agreeableness, neuroticism. So I am mostly categorized under openness, extraversion, agreeableness. So let's see here the openness. Okay, we all know with the titles here, it's very easy. This trait refers to imagination, feeling, curiosity, and creativity. The individual having a openness tend to have a broad range of interest and skills. Then extraversion refers to dimension of personality which ranges from having enthusiasm, energy, positive emotion, talkativeness, assertiveness, and high amount of emotional expression. Conscientiousness, okay, here the spelling is conscientiousness, conscientiousness. The people having attributes of this dimension show high level of thoughtfulness, good impulse control, and goal directed behavior. So this is I feel I am highly consciousness. I have this agreeableness. This personality dimension includes attitudes such as trust, honesty, altruism, kindness, affection, and other pro-social behavior, pro-social good behavior. Okay, they always show amicability. And then what is neuroticism? Yeah, neuroticism is the negative type. So remember that. Individuals possessing high neuroticism display emotional instability. They don't have a stability. They may be very sad all of a sudden, and then they may smile suddenly. They will not be stable. Anxiety, moodiness, and then irritability and sadness. So these are the five traits here in a table form. It is there. Okay, so openness, the one which I have explained here, you can just go through this. You can pause for a while and go through this. Behavior for high score and then behavior for low score. So this is the table which you must remember. Okay, you can just see it. Openness, you will have a high behavior of curious, imaginative, intelligence, creative, open to trying new things, focus. And then less score is dislikes change, does not enjoy new things, then resist new ideas. Okay, this is, they will be low in the scores. And then on taking new challenges, things about abstract concepts. These are openness. And then second one is conscientiousness. People are well organized, careful, responsible, self disciplined, and they are low on the score for disorganized, careless, relaxed, or easygoing. And then for extraversion, they are active, optimistic, sociable, interactive, affectionate, and then sober, reserved, conscious. Okay, and then agreeableness, they are high on the score, good natured. Okay, and then friendly, helpful, trusting, cooperative, and they'll be low on the score like irritability, suspicious, rude, and uncooperative. They will be low on the scores. There are scores after their answers. So in neurotism here they will be high in insecure, nervous, anxious, excitable, and they'll be low on the score like calm, composed, poised, hardy, secure. Okay, so now types of personality, when we take up the other Gallen divided types of personality on the basis of temperament. So this is Gallen's personality type. Okay, the type of personality were described by many psychologists in their own way. As I said, these types are explained here: choleric, melancholy, phlegmatic, sanguine, aesthetic, under sanguine, aesthetic, athletic, and picnic. So this is bit you can based on the blood type. Okay, so what is choleric? This one is Gallen's. Okay, choleric means people always behave like leader. They are highly ambitious. They always try to dominate other people. They tend to control situation. Their moods always swings. And the one who are melancholy. Okay, the melancholic people possess temperament that tends to be thoughtful. They display considerate behavior. They are very innovative. They are also described as perfectionist. Melancholy. Okay, they always feel independent. Then phlegmatic. The phlegmatic people have attitude of laziness and sluggishness. They display shyness. They are affectionate to others. They are not a fan of change. They are not a fan of change. Okay, so now sanguine. The sanguine temperament is spontaneous. People who have a sanguine temperament enjoy making new friends. They are very fond of daydreaming. According to uh, Kretzmer classified the types of personality according to build of the person. These types are aesthetic type of people are tall, lean, built. They withdraw from the world. Okay, aesthetic people, they are tall, lean, and they withdraw from the world. And athletic individuals are muscular. They possess balanced body and personality. And picnic, they are short in height and fat. Their mood swings in normal way. So these are as per red skimmer. Okay, so so let's see the other personality types. Hope you people have understood. Hope you remember. You need to remember based on the theories. So repeatedly, and you read it, it stays in your mind. Okay, you can just listen to me of whenever you are having your break time. Okay, so this is the chart, pie chart. Okay, so when we uh, took a survey, the percentage of people who are high level of thoughtfulness and percentage of openness. So you can see here agreeableness 15%, then consciousness 20%. So the given pie chart shows different traits of personality with different dimensions. It also depicts the high level of thoughtfulness and percentage of openness. So here you can see. Okay, now Now let's go for the Sheldon's personality type. This is Sheldon's personality type. This is the body type, based on the body type. Okay, William Herbert Sheldon classified people on the basis of body structure and temperament. This is on the basis of body structure. So the first one is endomorph, second one is ectomorph and mesomorph. This one is really understood. You can see the personalities of wrestlers, then you can see the personality of athletes, and based on that you can divide them. So endomorph people are pear shaped, round, fat, thick, wide hips and narrow shoulders, high fat for percentage, then underdeveloped muscles, and psychologically they are relaxed, tolerant, comfortable, sociable, humorous, fun loving, even tempered. So these are the people who are endomorph. Okay, so they are pear shaped. Ectomorph, thin, underweight, narrow chest and abdomen, narrow shoulders and hip, less fat percentage, and they are creative, artistic, than thoughtfulness. So here you can see mesomorph. So mesomorph people, oh sorry, ectomorph are lean. They are lean. Okay, so they are underweight. So here about mesomorph: muscular, wedge shaped body, broad shoulders, narrow hip, then less fat percentage. These people are active, combative, dominant, courageous. So here are mesomorph people. Okay, so this is the discrimination, and here is the description being given. Can you see? Enthusiastic: when I participate in sports, there are questions here, right? These are the question types. When I participate in sports, I feel, these are the scales where you can go for your level. Enthusiastic and energetic, you may say I am 6, my level is 6. So the questions which are given and what answers you are giving gives you the ranking, and this is how it is: critical, quarrelsome, suspicious of my teammates. So these are the questions, and based on this you will have to mark. So anxious about my performance, and then so based on this these are being graded. Endomorph body type is solid and soft. They have tendency to store fat. They also have a wider and higher waist. They are fun loving, then good humored, even tempered, then people and even tempered people and love food. Their build is shorter with thick limbs. They are very fond of comfort and are sociable. And the mesomorph people, a person having mesomorphic physique has large bones and muscles with a well built body. They have very little fat on their body. They are assertive and energetic. They also love adventure and are courageous. Ectomorph, here an ectomorphic physique is a typical skinny person. They have a light built with small joints and lean muscles with little fat. They are self conscious, quiet, socially anxious, and reserved. Temperament of ectomorphs is marked by inhibition and restraint. So you can just give your own way of um, don't like last minute, don't dump yourself. You can just give they are skinny people, and then they have a light built with small joints. Okay, and then you can write they are self-conscious, quiet, sociable, and bit anxious and reserved. Okay, so these are the assess your person to assess your personality. Here are number of personality traits that may or may not apply to you. And disagree, agree a little, then agree a little. See, as we saw the scores here, based on this, so enthusiastic, energetic, I will go for I agree fully. So when I agree fully, agree strongly, I will go for marking 7. So these are the points. For 1 it is disagree, then for 2 it is disagree moderately, and then disagree a little is 3, and then neither agree nor disagree. So here when I go for disorganized, careless about my equipment, I will go for 4. Okay, or I may go for uh, disagree moderately also. So it depends on this is how we mark the personality of yours. So type A personality, there are 4 basic types and referred as A, B, C, D, which are explained as type A personality, type B personality, type C personality, and then what are these type A personality? Are described competitive and high achievers. They have high sense of time and always try to finish their job in time. They are always found busy. They can be easily aroused to anger. Type B personality are extroverts in nature. They are very entertaining and not easily stressed. They can be achiever, but still they do not want to be competitive. They can delay the work and try to do at the last moment. So type C personality try to spend a lot of time in finding about how the things work. They are very conscious and reserved in nature. They are not assertive and always suppress their own desires and emotions. They are very susceptible to depression as compared to type A and type B. So this type A, B, C personality uh, depends. They because of their personality, they may even get stressed up faster. So we need to know about these personalities. There is also one more personality, type D personality, and type D personality have negative outlook towards the life and are pessimistic. They are characterized as those people who resist any form of change and prefer the monotony of routine. They are not adventurous and always resist responsibility. They withdraw as a result of fear of rejection. So this is about um, personality types. Okay, now role of sports in personality is commonly asked question most of the time. So remember this. There are some points and you can even write your own also. Role of sports in personality development. So, what is the role of the sports? Sports is undoubtedly a recreational activity. Okay, the regular sporting activities not only develop physical education but also enhances personality of the person. So, participation to sports also helps to maintain mental well-being. The role of sports in the development of the personality is explained below, and the points are here. Development of physics, so it develops your physics because you are training yourself. Even the physical fitness components also develop. The components, endurance, speed, agility, explosive power, and flexibility. These are the things which are developed by the sports. So your personality is well developed. Then the B second point is improved social skills. As we play with so many people, we get bonded with each other. And playing a sport requires cooperation, sincerity, helpfulness, sympathy, and openness. This attribute results in developing social qualities, then leads to better personality. Okay, now the third point is relieve stress. Playing some sort of sports helps always to reduce the stress. This also controls moods and emotions. The removal of stress improves personality of an individual. And then discipline and assertiveness. Sports develops discipline and assertiveness as we normally sleep a lot, and but when there is a practice and competition, we get up early and then we go. So this becomes a practice also. So the sports develops an attitude to accomplish the work without fear of failure. These positive traits help in improving personality of an individual. And leadership qualities are developed when once you become a leader of a team, you start learning how a leader should behave and maintain himself. This improved leadership qualities develop the personality of an individual. And then mental toughness. While competing in sports, person has to be mentally strong and firm. The firm decision makes a person mentally strong. This adds to better personality. Then confidence increases when you improve when you are performing well. Your confidence level increases, and the players have to make decisions in tough situations. Then a confident person possesses a better personality. And then higher self-esteem. The more you start achieving, you get respect from people, and then you gain knowledge, and this way you increase your self-esteem. Higher self-esteem is one of the important trait of personality. Okay, so this is about your role of sports in personality development. Okay, now let's just see one more important part, that is motivation. Motivation and its type and technique. Okay, so this is one important part. Motivation is a drive actually. Okay, and for example, if you are thirsty, when you're thirsty, if you delay taking water, your body after sometimes it gives you the water on its own. The drive is fulfilled actually. The your body has the capacity of giving you quenching your thirst. So this motivation is also same way. We try our best to fulfill our whatever inspiration and whatever we want, like to reach a goal. We try our best to reach that. So this motivation is important for all sort of achievements. So motivation has been derived from the Latin word movere, which means to move. Motivation is a process in which the learner is made eager towards attainment of the goal. Motivation is the process of inspiring and guiding the organism to move in a particular direction. Motivation is a psychological force which creates interest for the attainment of the aim. Motivation is essential for any kind of learning. That is why it is called as heart of learning. Okay, so motivation is very much important. So you need to know the definitions. Crow and Crow defined motivation. Motivation is considered with the arousal of the interest in learning and to the extent is basis of learning. And then Atkinson, the term motivation refers to the arousal of the tendency to act to produce one or more effects. To act or produce one or more effects. So this is about so many people have told about motivation in a different way. You learn one of the definition. Okay, so based on these definitions, there is a conclusion being given. We can say motivation is a process of making a learner ready, eager, interested, and determined towards the attainment of satisfactory completion of that task. So types and techniques of motivation. There are internal. Okay, motivation is related with goals. One is motivated towards the attainment of desired goals. It can be divided into two important parts. Internal motivation, otherwise we can say it as intrinsic motivation. Then external motivation, otherwise we can call it as extrinsic motivation. So what all comes under intrinsic motivation, that is internal, bodily need, instinctive, social, emotional. These are all from inside. Okay. And external is knowledge of the goal, knowledge of the result, reward, punishment, active participation. Like reward, you get medal, right, when you participate. Punishment is when you don't get a do better, you get a punishment of no medal. Then active participation, audiovisual aids, and effective teaching. So these are all external motivations. So once you uh, if you are motivated, you are benefited in two ways, that is internal and then external motivation. These are important. So keep in mind what are the two important ones, intrinsic and external. Okay. So any doubt is there, I can tell you. If anybody would have been there, I would have told. So let's see, this is the last one, we are going to finish it with this for today. So what is bodily needs? This type of motivation comes from within the individual. Internally motivated person are self-determined and characterized by naturally getting interested in the activity to get enjoyment and talent challenge in performing the activity. So bodily need of the body like hunger, thirst, and sex can also act as motivational force towards an activity. For example, sex can move a person towards unsocial activity also. So intrinsic, instinctive, many inborn qualities can be prime movers of our behavior. Sometimes innate tendencies also push towards some goal. The individual is motivated to achieve higher level of skills in sports because of social status or prestige in the society. So social is, many social motives can move a person towards an aim. Everybody wants social status, that is Kapil Dev has achieved name and fame, even Tendulkar ji. And this type of social motive can also create interest in sports. Emotional behavior can also influence us for the fulfillment of aim. Love and affection can also direct the behavior of an individual. So this is about your internal needs, internal motives, which drive us towards the goal. So it gives happiness to your body, or instinctive quality is it is pushing you towards the goal. And then it's a prestigious one. So and then social, like you are getting uh, known to people. And then emotionally, it as I said, it emotionally it fulfills your aim. So ultimately you become you get some love and affection through the activity. And now what is external? It's knowledge of the goal. The first and important intrinsic motivation is knowledge about the goal. A learner must be made mentally ready towards the situation and attain the goal. So knowledge of the goal is, the trainer must give so much of training, and then give the trainer the norm and standard he should achieve. And then second one is knowledge of the result. What will be your result? Like the more you get trained, good or bad points are proves as an effective okay attainment of the goal. And then reward, when you get a medal, you get the reward there. So right from your young age, you have been getting reward for your goal achievements. So that is how you get motivated. And then cash prize, and then you may get even job, and then social rewards, like it will be published in the paper, or you may become a captain. The coach may given to the coaches to motivate them. There are cash awards being given to coaches, sports persons, and so many people. And about job, there are Sports Authority of India, and then police job. So ultimately, people do better to get a job. And cash prizes, Asian Games champions, and then world champions are given cash awards. So these are the reasons people get motivated to do the best in sports. And punishment, we all know, like if they don't do it properly, ultimately there's a fear of failure, then pain, and then rejection, losing social status, etc. It is considered as negative motivation. Active participation, the coach should give stress on active and regular participation in the activity. Trainees should freely interact with coach for better understanding. And then audio visual aids have great impact on the learning process. Audio visual aids help in better understanding of the subject. For example, various techniques in the sports can be explained with the help of audio visual uh, through the video movies. An effective teacher must be equipped with latest teaching methods. He should be aware of the latest research and development of the subject. For example, there is no use if we teach about high jump with old techniques, like western roll, scissor style, straddle, etc. So the latest style is Fosbury, okay, flop, which is most advantageous as per the research. So then competitive and cooperation, um, competition among the learners always act as a source of motivation, okay, learning process. So when there is a lot of competition, and then we, for example, a goal can be scored only with the cooperation of the players, whereas instinct of jealousy can disturb the coordination within the members. So competition and cooperation is must as a point, okay. So teacher student relationship also should be um, maintained. Teachers should direct students with sympathetic and affectionate attitude. So this is how motivation, children get motivated to learn. Then latest equipment and good environment also motivates the children. So this is about there is a table here: intrinsic and motivation and extrinsic motivation. Definition is driving force to pursue an action for fun, joy, or any other inner satisfaction. And extrinsic means driving force to pursue an action due to reward, trophy, money, promotion, or praise. So intrinsic is to feel happy, joy within yourself, you are feeling satisfied. And then factors, internal factors like joy, enjoyment happens. And here external factors like reward, promotion occurs in extrinsic motivation. Method is goal setting, strategies, family and community support is very much required. Here in extrinsic, associating success with future benefits, awards, promotions, and avenues. Then benefits are long term benefits of maintaining a behavior. So when you are feeling happy and all that, you keep it for a longer duration. And extrinsic, helpful to initiate or create a drive towards a desired behavior when internal factors are missing. So this is extrinsic motivation, okay. So hope this motivation, um, which I have given you the points, will be helpful. So tomorrow I will again take session on motivation and exercise adherence. Okay, so thank you. As it is almost 1 hour, it is going to be. So thank you. All the best. You can study the notes which you have. So based on that, and little bit you can listen whenever you are having your break time. You can listen to this, which will be really useful. Thank you, and no pressure. You can write better than the points which I have given. All the best to all of you.